and I'm a bit in the way of that one. So once again, I guess I'll say this. So Spirit Spinner, and I'll say it like, I don't know. Should I just say it like a robot or just have my own personality with it? The Spirit's been a strong killer since a release. With that in mind, I'm still thinking. So we need to change that. Need to make him weak. We've made some changes that aim to increase her skill ceiling whilst also giving the survivors some counterplay. As we've mentioned from reading this, it's not giving her more skill. It's giving the survivors control of the chase again. They're the ones who make the decisions now. So the way Spirit was you would have to read the survivors, and it was the survivors' ability to kind of make the reads harder for you. You had full control, but they had to make the reads harder, right? Now, when we read this, as I already have, they're the ones who read you, right? So they're the ones who read what you're doing. So once again, they have the control. Before the Spirit had the control, now they've got the control because it's all up to their mistake of them going down, right? So when close to the Spirit husk, survivors will not receive any indication that the Spirit is phase walking. Originally, this was intended to be a fun mind game. It's using a power which faking it. Though in practice, it doesn't feel that way. This lack of feedback forces you to make a guess and hope it pays off, which can be great when it works out in your favor. So once again, they're looking from the survivor's point of view. Do you see that? Do you see that? You have to make a guess as survivor, but now you have to make a guess as killer with this change, you see, because they're the ones who see you and you don't see them, and you need to make a read on what they're going to do while they, not even a read, you just have to kind of, you've got weaker basically, you've become the weaker side in that chase. Anyway, though in practice it doesn't feel this way. This lack of feedback forces you to make a guess, hope pays off, which can be great when it works out in your favor, but can also feel awful when it doesn't. To add more skill into Spirit's counterplay, we're changing two things. So more skill in the survivor's counterplay to Spirit, is what they're saying there. Any survivor within 24 meter of the Spirit will now hear a directional phase sound. This allows you to know whether or not she's phasing, and also gives you a rough idea of what direction she's coming from. Said this before, I played the PTB when Spirit first came out. She had this bug, and people were saying how it basically makes her useless. You can put a pallet down, and then stand at it, and you can just listen to see if she's coming around. If she is, you slide over. She has no notification you're doing this, by the way. So she's completely blind. She's going around completely blind. You're hearing her do that, and then you can just slide when she's getting close. That's what you could do in the PTB. I'm sure it's going to be the same thing. Not only that, they've added even more. The Spirit's footsteps will now kick up dust while she's phasing. Keen survivors may be able to pinpoint where she is, but tall grass and obstacles may make it difficult. So not only has she got the directional, which seemed to pretty much break her from the PTB, they've added dust where she's exactly at if the direction isn't enough. I wonder if it's going to be the same directional sound. I guess we'll have to see. These two changes aim to add more skill into playing as and against. No, this is not adding any skill as to playing as the Spirit. This is only adding skill onto playing against the Spirit. This is making it so the survivors have the control and they have a certain skill cap they can reach versing the Spirit. It gives them the control of the chase if they play it well. The Spirit's going to be... I truly think this is going to make Spirit where she can't compete anymore. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure she can't compete anymore. It's just going to be Blight and Nurse, and Blight only competes when they start using all that exploit shit, right, with the 180 spins and stuff. Additionally, we've done a pass on some of the Spirit's add-ons to bring them more in line and make the less used add-ons more appealing, like the Trapper. Some of these changes are small tweaks, and the others are completely new effects. So they're probably going to not only destroy that, but also destroy her add-ons. Mother's Daughter ring is definitely not going to be a thing. I wonder if they even get rid of the Father's Glasses as well for the blood, because that does give you some tracking. So yeah, she's going to get really, really hurt. I'm assuming not only are they going to do the directional sound the footsteps. They're also going to get rid of her haunting duration, and they're also going to get rid of her speed. So she's going to be base spirit with all this. Maybe. That's just speculative. We can see kind of where the mind's going at, though. So one of the add-ons is going to be... this is this one, so you can't see it, but I'll just read it. During the haunting, that's when you're using your power, use the active ability button to return to the husk and end the haunting. It's not too bad, that. Because you could, like, put a husk at a gen and then go after someone, but know someone else is on the gen, and then come back and grab them, maybe. Would people go to the gen, or would they just wait for you to come out of phase? They're probably just going to wait for you to come out of phase, but at least it's something. And then the other one is when the haunting ends, the spirit's husk explodes, and any vault locations within 4 meters are blocked for 5 seconds. 4 meters for 5 seconds. Yeah. This tells me that they're going away from haunting duration and speed, but they're not the very worst, in my opinion. They don't usually show the worst. Like, they're very strategic with what they show. When we see the actual add-ons, I think it'll be quite humorous. I think we'll get some meme add-ons where you get some more blood points, but spirit's weaker. And maybe one of the iridescents will turn into a meme one as well. Usually they show the best ones here, so this might be the best you're getting. But we'll see. But yeah, in my opinion, spirits, probably not competitive. I think it might just be Nurse and Blight potential at this point. Yeah, I think this is going to be very bad. And then there's some killer add-on updates I guess we can have a quick look at, right? Killer add-on update. What does moderately mean? How much? I think they're just going to... So, let's see. If you ever found yourself in this situation, you're not alone. What are you on about? You could have told us any time. You were the ones who did this. We use descriptive words like these to keep descriptions simple, but they end up causing as much confusion since it's not immediately clear how much they're doing. With that in mind, we've done a pass-through of all killer add-ons to list their exact details. This is going to be hilarious. Some of these are going to be so small. It's going to be quite funny. We plan to extend this to the rest of the game. Items perks. It's good that they're doing that, though. I appreciate that. That's good for analytical minds. It's going to be very funny to see some of these. It's going to be like 0.2 seconds and shit. 0.1 second. But yeah, add-on pass, cool. Adding the other things, that's kind of cool. Oh, what is this? Okay, so I see some killer perks here. Are they gonna make some killer perks more interesting? Maybe. I see survivor perks as well, so let's see. Vigil, nice and simple. We're increasing the recovery rate from 10, 15, 20 to 25, so it goes all the way to 30. Okay. Additionally, Vigil will now increase the recovery rate of the broken, exposed, and oblivious status effects as well, where applicable. In short, more situations where it's useful, and even faster recovery too. Okay. Babysitter Guardian. Now they're calling it Guardian, aren't they? Because of the Stranger Things thing. MC for the 200 bits. Did you see the video on YouTube? Distraction survivors can locate the hatch at 5 gen. Yeah, we know that. You can just walk over it, right? Unless you're about something else. Babysitter, another small tweak. The rescued survivor will now receive a speed boost for 8 seconds in addition to not leaving scratch marks or pools of blood. The aura reading duration has also now been doubled. So I believe babysitter is when you grab the person from a hook, the killer sees you and the other person gets away, you're defending them, right? Okay. For the people? For the people is used. This must be enough, right? This is a buff for the people. Weird. For the people can create some amazing moments. Trade-off of being broken can make it very risky to justify using. We're decreasing the duration of the broken status effect from 90 seconds to 60 seconds. Okay, buffing a quite strong Survivor Friends perk. I even went against that today, where they were using it very well. They were using that into Soul Guard. Okay, so Hex Retribution. Previously, Hex Retribution would only make a survivor oblivious if they cleanse a totem. Now interacting with any kind of totem will make them oblivious. Additionally, we've increased the aura reading duration once a Hex totem is cleansed to 15 seconds. So when they're on a totem, they're oblivious. That's it, right? And then you can see the auras a bit longer. Okay, is that worth it? Okay, Blood Favor. Blood Favor was quite bad. Let's see what this is. This perk shipped with a very safe condition, so it didn't get out of control. Yeah. Yeah, you've admitted it. You play massively safe with Killer. Massively safe. That's what you did with Pinhead. Upon reflection, we feel comfortable with removing some of these restrictions. Hex Blood Favor will no longer have a cooldown, and will also activate upon successful special attacks as well. Okay. That's better. That's better now. It's still a Hex though. So, dangerous. But it's better. The third seal, just like the above, we've added special attacks to the Hex. Okay, so just that. Okay. And Thrill of the Hunt with boon perks. Oh yeah, boon perks. Oh, you can't see these now, can you? I just realised I can't see chat right now. I guess I should move to it. There you go. Can't see? Yeah. I had a feeling. Yeah, boon perks. Boon perks are coming. Dude. As I said, worst comes to worst, if it gets like really unenjoyable for Killer, I can just play Survivor. I don't give a shit. I enjoy Survivor. Worst comes to worst. Would I want that to happen? No. I want to play both sides. But if it did, that's what I would do. The only time you're really having fun with Killer is when your MMR is low. When it starts getting higher and higher, the game gets less and less fun. It gets very unbalanced. Unless you're using meta shit, and even using meta shit is very, very stressful. But it can be fun, but you need meta shit. So with boon perks making their way to the game, more on this soon. Just let me pause there for a second. Boon totems, for the people who don't know, is survivors perks having hexes as well. So there's two things which is interesting, funny. So everyone keeps saying survivors need to do more objectives because gens are too quick when done efficiently, which is, I think, a fair point. 80 seconds per gen for survivors. That's 4 gens in 80 seconds. It won't be exactly that, but that's possible. It's very fast. That's 80% of the objective in 80 seconds. Not likely. You're going to be chasing, but that is possible. That's how quick they can go. So people say, you know, you should give them more objectives. So far, the devs have added breakable walls, which is an objective for the Killer. And now they're adding boon totems, which is another objective for the Killer. So I find that kind of funny. But another thing, boon totems are hex perks. And the devs, when they design hex perks, are more powerful than normal perks. And they're giving them to survivors more, so it's going to be more powerful. They have to be more powerful perks than what survivors already have. So I have no idea what they're going to be, but that's fucking scary. It could be, I've heard one, and it's just a speculation, where gens don't regress until the totem's cleansed. Also, remember this as well: the survivors can have 3 perks each, and potentially, if there's a team hex perk, potentially all have different hex perks. So they could have like 3 perks and then 4 hex perks. So you'd have to go around and get all 4 hex perks, and they'd be getting all benefits from them while all having 3 perks. Meanwhile, as Killer, you want to get 4 perk slots. So if you're using hex perks, you can lose 2 of your perks and you only have 2 all game. So very, they probably won't even be safe with it either. I don't think they're as safe with survivor stuff. They've done some really questionable stuff in the past. Luckily, they got rid of it, like insta flashlights and whatever, brand new parts, blah blah blah, which were a lot stronger. Anyway, we decided to give Thrill of the Hunt some love by extending the speed penalty from cleansing to blessing as well. What? Oh, Blessing a totem. Okay. Okay, I get it. It's the boon thing. That's why it kind of went on my head. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about the game health feature. The item and character kill switch. With over 50 playable characters and their cosmetics, nearly 200 perks, and hundreds more add-ons and offerings in the game, sometimes things do break. Rarely, things will break in a way that makes them exploitable. What about the no sound on the floor what's been in the game for like years? That's definitely exploitable. Get tenacity, have that happen. I mean, you can't do it on purpose, I guess, but if it happens, then you just crawl off. That killer's not finding you, I guess, unless you have Deerstalker. Whatever. Enter the kill switch. It's actually not a lot nicer than it sounds. The kill switch allows us to disable anything that's causing an issue without needing an update. When something breaks and becomes exploitable, we switch it off until it's fixed. This is something we've been able to do with maps for a while now to great effect. Disabled items and characters will be clearly marked and cannot be selected. Which, what this means to you, when that one thing breaks and people start to abuse it, you won't have to play against it for a week or two until there's a fix. A week or two? Dude, just disabling a killer for a week or two? Fucking hell. The thing is a good idea, but it depends how quickly they do it. And what do they class as an exploit? What happens if it's something like, what would be a good example? I'm trying to think of a really recent one. I can think of an old one. I'll think of an old one. What about Huntress? When she got, she didn't lose what is it? Yeah, play with your food stacks. If she used just mouse 2, she didn't lose any stacks. Would they have just disabled Huntress for 2 weeks? It's a nice idea, but it depends how fast they are. If they're fast at doing it, then, you know, like a day or whatever, but like disabling a killer for like 2 weeks or something. And it also depends. Cognitive, you can see with X-Space Rock Crypto Tip. You'll be able to see all the addresses. The Dream Palette Stone. Just disable Freddy. Yeah, I don't know. It depends what they call an exploit, etc. And then something we kind of missed because we said it right at the start, but it's basically Trapper. Very much just like going against him. It's going to be a lot less fun to go against. I mean, he's never fun anyway, so it doesn't really matter, actually. I just like going against him. He's going to be a bit stronger. Carry more traps. We'll see more of that later, but you can carry more traps. There's an add-on which allows you to have all your traps at once, which probably... this one here, which probably will be broken, because I'm pretty sure you could just have this with an array, unless they've changed his array, I guess, and then just put 12 traps down. No, actually, wait, 6, 7, 8, 9. Would it be 9? 9 traps down, just in one area in like the first minute, and then just stay there. 6 traps ready to use in game. Yeah, 6 traps, but also he starts with more. And one of the add-ons allows him to have all of the traps from the map in his hands. You see. So yeah, Trapper's getting a bit of a buff, but I don't really enjoy going against him. And he's... I mean, who knows? Maybe he goes top tier now or something. Who fucking knows? We'll have to see. Anyway, there you go. We looked through. We had a little chat, a little laugh. I think it's the best way to deal with it, honestly. Yeah, it is the best way, really.